Here's a look at some of what election night in Virginia is going to mean as far as policy and politics. First of all, uh, Governor-elect Glenn Youngkin believes in getting vaccines for COVID-19, but he does not believe in mandates. That means that we're likely to see a rollback on the vaccine mandates for state workers. Beyond that, um, GOP control of the House of Delegates means that we're probably going to see the nixing of some of the key Democratic priorities. For instance, Democrats had said that they wanted to work toward restoration of parole. That's likely off the boards now. Similarly, a number of progressives had wanted to work on accelerating the increase of the minimum wage in the state. That's now more unlikely. Some of the more long shot progressive goals now are further unlikely. These could include things like doing away with qualified immunity for police officers. Even Terry McAuliffe had said that he was against doing away with that. Similarly, some progressives wanted to do away with the so-called right to work law, which means that folks could not be required to pay union dues while working in a shop that is represented by a union. As far as some of the other things that are likely to occur now that Governor-elect Youngkin is going to take office, he has said that he is going to fire the state's current parole board. You recall that these are folks who were involved in a scandal regarding release of people without notification or proper notification of some of the victims. And the governor-elect also says that he is going to focus on efficiency at the Virginia, Department of Motor Vehicles and the Virginia Employment Commission. You'll recall that a lot of folks had difficulty getting answers regarding unemployment benefits. And the governor-elect said earlier this morning that he plans an audit of both of those agencies in an effort to improve efficiency. In addition to that, we're likely to see the governor-elect focus on education. He has said that he was going to ban so-called critical race theory from Virginia schools. Of course, educators and a lot of Democratic lawmakers said that Virginia does not teach critical race theory in its K-12 schools, that is a college level concept. But it signals that education is going to be a key focus for the governor-elect as well. Now, given that it looks like Republicans are going to take control of the House of Delegates while Democrats have nominal control of the Senate, this could be a recipe for gridlock, which could mean that there's not going to be significant legislative change. So this means that Youngkin is going to have to try to build a coalition for some of his key priorities. For instance, in addition to the focus on education, he has emphasized tax cuts. You'll recall that he has said that he wants to have a $600 rebate going to joint filers and $300 per individual. As he comes into office, he's going to have to build his first budget right away. This is a quirk of Virginia's system in that the new governor doesn't have a lot of time for on-the-job training. He or she has to be ready right away to formulate a budget that goes to the legislature for its consideration. Also, politically, this result on election night has huge ramifications. It means that solely or chiefly trying to pin the Republican to former President Donald Trump isn't working. Youngkin won by trying to emphasize what he considered more kitchen table issues or things that resonated with folks in their everyday lives regarding education, what he sees as parents' rights to be involved in their children's school. Terry McAuliffe largely tried to pin this election on Youngkin as an acolyte of former President Donald Trump, and that just didn't work. So that means that Democrats are going to have to go back to the drawing board regarding their messaging, not only in Virginia, but as we look to the congressional midterms next year.